Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So Ayesha, who is Lil Baby's first baby mama of his son Jason, she decided to go on her Instagram story and spill some tea on Lil Baby, basically talking about how he have them riding in Ubers and it's not safe because of COVID. She talks about how Lil Baby was supposed to give her a car 2 years ago. She also talked about how she liked a Range Rover, but yet Lil Baby bought his baby mama Jayda, or girlfriend, whichever one you want to say. He bought her a Range Rover, and Jayda was happy and all, but I'm not going to talk too long because the live is 20 minutes long. Well, it's not really a live, and I'm guessing the sis didn't go live because she didn't want to see anybody comment, even though she could have turned the comments off, because this whole conversation took part in her Instagram story. So I'm going to play that for you guys, and you let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below.
Where I'd be like, oh shit, he coming around. Finna promise some shit. It ain't never gonna happen. Like, me and my close friends, we actually make jokes out of it. I'm like, oh God, he said he's gonna do this. Let's see if it happens. No, it's like, no, we do. But anyway, he does it a lot. Like, he'll get in his mood swings and he'll be like, fuck it, I'm not doing shit. And he'll be like, yeah, we kind of figured that. But anyway, he comes around again this year and he's like, hey, I want to get you and Jason a car. Now, this year, my car actually went bad. A part in my transmission went out where I needed to get it fixed. And the part was like, I think it was like $3,000 to get my transmission done. And then it was like I had an issue with the axles on my car. So I've actually car since I gave birth to my son. Like, me and Jason have been driving the same car since I brought him home from the hospital. I have a Q50 Infiniti of 2016. So my car messed up this year, and he comes around and he's like, I'm gonna get you guys a car. So I'm like, okay. The car would have actually been right on time because I don't live in Atlanta. I live like an hour out of Atlanta, and I started like taking just like black cars, Ubers, to go handle my business when I had to go do stuff in the city, and it was costly. So when he said I was calling him about a car, I was calling him about a car that he offered me, not for him to buy me a car. He actually told me that he bought me a car for Mother's Day. He called me, he got my name, he got my driver's license number, he did all of this stuff, and it was like a month after Mother's Day, and he still had not gave me the car. Whole time my car is messed up, and I explained to my mom, like, hey, listen, one night I was headed away on my hour drive home, and it was raining, and like I said, the axles are bad on my car. So the car like damn near did a 360 on the expressway with the water. Like, the water and the rain made it really hard to drive. So I'm like, listen, I called him. I was like, hey, this car is dangerous to drive, and me and Jason really do need a car. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the car. But the whole time I'm feeling like he's holding this car and he's holding the benefit. So at this point, I kind of feel like I'm in a situation where he's dangling what he can do or has done over my head, and he just wants to play like mind games with that. And it's like, it's a month after Mother's Day, and I'm on the expressway, and all of a sudden my car stops allowing me to accelerate. So I'm like, what the fuck? I ended up taking my car to the shop, and they told me that my transmission has been bad, and I'm 1,000 miles over my warranty. So I'm calling him back like, hey, you said you bought us a car. This is the second year in a row you promised us a car. My transmission is bad. My axles are bad. And Jason actually needs a car. Like, are you going to give us the car? Like, what's taking you so long to give us this car? But he's being him. So, of course, you guys know we're living in the middle of a pandemic, and me and Jason are taking these costly rides back and forth to get to the grocery store or to the city, wherever we have to go. And we're in and out of the car with complete strangers, pretty much putting ourselves in putting ourselves in a position to actually catch COVID-19 if one of our drivers could have possibly had it because they've been driving around people all day. Some of you may be looking at it like, well, you should get your car fixed, and that's fine, like, which is what I ended up doing. But at the same time, I'm like, do anybody look at it and be like, damn, little baby, like, why are you being petty like this? And it's like, he tries to be petty towards me, but he puts Jason in a bad situation. Like, even if you feel like, Ayesha, fuck you, you don't deal with me no more, it's like, Jason is in and out of Ubers. And you offered us a car for the second time 2 years in a row. I do not let, when he does petty shit like this, I don't let it get to me because I'm kind of used to it. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what the issue could be between me and my child's father, because the only thing I seriously did was leave him completely alone. Like, I wanted to beef with him or not be like the coolest friends, but our situation is kind of weird, okay? Because he, on top of how he may feel about how I kind of walked away from our situation, he also has a girlfriend that could possibly be in his ear that hates my fucking guts too, no matter how cool she try and be. But she kind of hates my guts too because she feels like I humiliated her in the middle of our argument when the girl put up her personal information. I laughed at her, and we were in the middle of a fight. She posted stripper pictures of me, so it's like she was trying to hurt me, I was trying to hurt her, and we both took low jabs. But I got over it. Like, I don't know. I feel like she's mad at me because she feels like I humiliated her. And I feel like he's mad at me because I walked away. Like, men really have egos. Like, this bitch walked away from me. Like, yeah. But at this point, I let her have him. I let him have her. I don't understand why we can't all be friends. So, to clear the air, I was not blowing him up to buy me a car or blowing him up, like, begging. Me and my son were in a position where our car really went bad and we needed that car that he had been promising us for 2 years, that he, by the way, never gave to us. I don't know why oh yeah, do you guys really want to hear what happened? Okay, so this is how you know Jayda is mad, and she fishes for, even though I let her have the wrapper, she still fishes for ways to, she still wants to get back from when I laughed at her. And obviously, her having the wrapper, her having Loyal, and her getting the backstage passes and being able to take pictures with the guy is still not enough. She feels like I have to pay that bitch golden back. And the way I actually figured out that he gave the car away is because Jayda posted it. So, like I said, me and Jason are in a position where we really need this car. And it got so bad to where I was like, listen, I'm really like spending a bag every week. Can you just, I asked him, I said, can you just go half with me on the damages for my car? Just get our old car fixed. Like, I don't know why are you holding this new car that you supposedly bought over our head? I don't know why you're doing that, because me and Jason are in this position, regardless of if you only have a certain way, you feel a certain way about me and Jason are both in this position. All this money you gave me and Jason are in a weird fucking position for you, little baby. So I even said, hey, listen, just help me get our old car fixed. We'll drive around in our old car, or, cover the rental while my car gets fixed. And, I'm cool with that. So, when I asked him that, it's like he cursed me out. He called me all type of names. Like, he just completely went crazy. Fuck you, bitch. Put me on child support. And it's like, I'm sitting here. Like, the way that I'm talking to you guys like that, I'm always this calm. Like, and maybe that is irritating to someone who wants a certain type of reaction out of you. And I swear to you, I promise you, I truly feel like a lot of things that he does and do publicly for her is probably because he wants me to feel a certain type of way. Either he wants me to feel like, oh, I don't do this for you because you left, or oh, look at what I did for her, run back to me, or like, I don't know, like, what type of games he plays, but it's like, when I left him, I didn't leave. I left the money, I left that life, the lifestyle, and all of that shit didn't matter. Like, I strictly left. I left for real reasons. I left because, you know, after you fronted on me, you let Jayda respect our son. Like, regardless of what you could do for me or what type of lifestyle you can provide, you weren't what I needed as a man. Like, I want a man, you know? I want a man that's gonna love and protect. I want a real man. Like, and if you can't stand up for me and my son over a girl that has followers, I can't do anything with you. Whether you are a thousandaire or a millionaire, you're not. There's no substance there. So there's not an amount of money that you could offer or make that could make up for missing those type of qualities. So a lot of people said, oh, I talked about my child's school because I wanted a Birkin bag. You guys have no idea who I am. Another great valid point is he bought her like 4 or 5 Birkin bags for Mother's Day. The same day that me and Jason were supposed to get our car. And I said absolutely nothing because it's not my business what he does for her and what he does for his money. The only thing that I expect him to do is what he's supposed to do and what he offers to do. And that doesn't happen. As far as why that particular day, I ticked. I received a phone call from a parent that I became cool with during the school year. And she's like, how do you feel about this whole new virtual learning thing? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, they sent me everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I haven't been getting any emails from the school. And I called the school and I'm like, why haven't I been getting any emails? They said, oh, well, Jason tuition was never paid. He has an outstanding balance. So we took him off the portals of the school. And we don't have a slot for him in 5 in early learning 4s and 5s. And I asked his dad, I texted him and I said, why didn't you pay my son's school? They've started to send out packages and programs. And the conversation went from there. And then I log onto Instagram and I see this girl laying on a Birkin bag. So yeah, I blew steam. I said, what the fuck is what kind of fucking clown show is this? Like, what? Yeah, so eventually, sorry, I'm human, I fucking snapped. No, it's not because I want a Birkin, but because I'm trying to figure out, why didn't you pay for my son's school? Anyway, I think I skipped part of the story. So anyway, back to how I found out he gave my car away. So after he cursed me out, he was like, put me on child support, bitch, I'm not doing shit. And I'm like, you know what? It's been 2.5 years, and this guy has not matured. He's not gotten over the fact that me and him aren't this, that, and the third. I still think he moves spiteful and do bullshit to try and get me to feel a certain type of way with this girl. I do need to go ahead and contact my lawyer. So that's what I did. I contacted my lawyer. I said, yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna be a stand-up guy and just do right, because I really think he's trying to pay me back for leaving or make me feel a certain type of way. And I get a phone call from my homegirl, and She's like, Ayesha. And I'm like, what? She's like, didn't you tell your baby daddy you wanted the Range Rover? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, Jayda just posted a Range Rover. She was sitting in the car and she was like, oh, congratulations, LaWanda, on the car. She was like, I'm pretty sure she was sitting in a Range Rover. And of course, Jayda was so happy to post that car because she loves the fact that my child's father will shit on me and his son and not help us. She loves that. She feels like that's payback because you laughed at me. You humiliated me. Now I have your dumbass baby daddy. He neglects you and your son, and he doesn't stand up on his business, and it makes me feel better about myself and the position that I'm in. And I don't even want the nigga. I just want him to do right. But it does something for Jayda. It makes her feel better. It makes her feel like she's winning. And, you know, woman to woman, speaking to every woman out here, you have to be careful about what you allow in a man and what you think is funny, because if a man has the heart to do that to one woman and his child, if you ever fall from his good grace, he'll do it to you. He'll do it to you. It doesn't matter who the woman is, it's what's in him. If you ever stop kissing ass and stop playing dumb, it will be you and your son. He will do it to you. But that's what happened with the car. Never asked him for a car, never begged him for a car. I just was simply trying to figure out if he was ever going to give me what he offered while me and Jason were in a weird position with the car. As far as the whole clothing thing, I'm surprised that he even said that, because Lil Baby actually told me that he wanted to buy our son's clothes. Why? Because he wants to dress his son in Gucci, Louis, Prada, Moschino, and stuff like that, because he feels like his son is a representation of him. And me personally, I'll take my son to H&M and the Baby Gap. And he's like, no, my son's not wearing that. So he said, I'm going to buy my son's clothes. So when Jason's clothes get small, I say, hey, Jason needs more clothes because you know you want to dress him in Gucci and Rolex watches. Not that I won't buy my son clothes. You want to dress him a certain type of way, so you told me you're going to dress him. Not because I won't do it. So that's that part of him trying to make me seem like I'm some irresponsible mom, because that's what it all boils down to. As far as him paying my sister's rent, my sister moved into a house and he paid my sister's deposit. You know, the initial deposit to move into a house. And that was it. My sister pays her rent every month. What else did I say? As far as the timing of when I asked him about school, I had no idea that my son had an outstanding balance until I actually called. I thought this was handled months ago. Then COVID happened, and then, you know, I called, like, why haven't I got my virtual packages for my son? And that's that. But as far as my house, he bought me a house. So as far as all of these lies, like, I'm not an independent woman, I don't ask him for anything. I don't ask him to help me with my inventory. I don't ask him to help me go get my things imported. I don't ask him for anything because I can't. Because I'm not having sex with him. And he doesn't feel like he should help me. I guess I'm on punishment because I left. When I left and I said I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to go back and forth, I left the benefits of him, and I'm totally fine about that. The only thing I deal with now is basically him being moody with what he's supposed to be doing, and him never falling through with what he offers. I'm a very independent woman. I don't want you to ever get that fucked up. Nobody does anything to me at all. I'm involved with people that hold their money over my head, and I don't fold. I don't give a fuck. Like, what? So yeah, my advice to anybody watching this is, when you have a child with somebody, understand that people grow out of the relationship. People grow out of love. But you need to be mature enough to get out of your emotionally scarred feelings and start moving like a player so you can do what you gotta do and you can do what's right for your kid, you know, and that's just how you gotta do it. Yeah. As far as you picking mates, like you guys need to really pick emotionally and secure females. So you don't have a female in your ear encouraging you to do dumb shit. Like, too many yes men is not good. You need somebody that's gonna check you and say, bro, you moving wrong. I'm dealing with a guy and you off track. It's my job. It's my job to correct you. Hey, baby, you ain't moving right. Nah, we ain't doing that. And if you are showing too many emotions, whether they are good ones or bad ones, I'm gonna start to question you because I want to know, how does this girl drive your emotions so much? How does your past drive your emotions so much? And you're supposed to be with the woman of your life. You're supposed to be so happy right now. I'm supposed to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Why you always tripping about this bitch? Why every time you go in the DJ booth, you laying a line at this bitch? Why does she consume you so much? Why you think about that girl so much? You still love that bitch? Like, you gotta start looking at stuff like that. Niggas swear they hate her. Whole time they be in love. Everybody that asks me the infamous question, would I ever be cool with Jayda? Can me and little baby co-parent, whatever? This is my position, and this is so serious. I'm giving you guys the raw, honest to God truth, the front and the back end. This is where I stand. Would I ever be cool with them? I would love to, because I want to feel comfortable when my child is around her. But see, the thing is, no matter how peaceful you are, you can't be cool with somebody who has their mind set on hating you or have their mind set on having a problem with you. I can say, Jayda, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, I'm over that. But if she's still mad, she's going to put that energy in the air. I could tell the baby, listen, I'm not tripping on you. Like, come on, let's move past this. But if he's still mad, we will forever be stuck at square one. And I really hate when girls get in the comments and they say, oh, she wants her child's father back. Like, no. I don't mean to sound cocky. I really don't. But I'm a very, very beautiful girl that has the power to pick and choose. I could have any man that I want. And I have not started anything serious. And I have not pursued anybody. But when the time is right and the person is right, I will. I have the power to pick and choose. I'm trying to wrestle. I don't think y'all get that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Please don't ever get it twisted. I'm very independent, not stuck on my past. I'm happy for him. I hope they go far. These bitter baby mama comments gotta stop, bitch. Cause, not me. Not me. Not bitter. Not a dependent. I've always taken care of myself. I still take care of myself. And I can have any man I want. And I will once I choose. So a lot of you stand corrected, and I did it on my own time. I just think it sucks that people work so hard to diminish my value as a person because they have a larger following. But yeah, I'm truly golden, seriously. And nobody could take that away from me. And to everybody or anybody that is in a situation like this, I say keep your head up, keep pushing, and just know that God is not asleep. God sees all. God sees how everybody's moving. God sees everybody's intentions, and you'll be okay. You will prevail, guys. Don't worry. Stay strong. Stay golden.